and it's just the nightmare. Just got it. He's on the bed just like, no. Just seeing black men with chains, whips, and just, no. That's the thing. It's like, hey, if we're right, then, hey, that's kind of peak. That's what everyone needs to really think about. You gotta sit there and just think, you know, we could just be some niggas on the street talking shit, which is possible, but what if we're not? What if we're correct?
See, we're hoping all the things written are true.
Yeah.
They're hoping all these things are written are not true.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm like, the thing is if there is a God, then that's what you gotta think about. Damn. If that God's according to this Bible,
He's about to say some fucked up shit, man. If I could just give God a piece of my mind.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, you should care about what happened to the previous guys that attempted to did that, because them guys that attempted to, they ain't around too long. Them guys be gone. They're all kinds of dead. The earth be swallowing them up. You know, them lightning bolts be calling down, earthquake down. You know, the earthquake. Oh, no one did that accident. But there's all kinds. Hey, the Lord, according to the Bible, the Lord gets man. So, you know, if that Bible's true, well, you know, that's all I can say is, well, you know, it says your tongue's gonna consume away as you stand on your feet. Your eyes gonna be melted. I'm like, well, that sounds terrible. I would like to do everything in my power to avoid that. And you know, whoever you guys are, you should probably think about what you want to do too, man. Put the 5-year-old, step away from the 5-year-old boys. You know, delete the criminal files off your PC, and then contemplate what's to shit.
Well, that's why we say Esau to make the most of your kingdom, man. You know,
you should try everything in your capabilities to get a black card, and then try to and utilize that to the point where they say, yo, you gonna start paying that off, or like, what's up? That's what you should be. I don't know. If you see us on the street in person, you're doing it wrong. You should be in a country where there's some sun and some brown women that are willing to throw the pussy just because you're an Edomite. That's what you should be doing. In Guatemala or some shit, man. God damn. What the hell are you doing there?
Romans 9:11. But the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder.
Yeah, you know, it's from when it says the children being not yet born, that means, hold on, surely that means that there's something beyond just, you know, being in the flesh. Which means if there's a spirit there, then it's like, where did that spirit fucking come from, mate? And then you need to think about, what are the implications of that? Because the thing is if there's something beyond, you know, this plane that exists, if it perpetuates, then that means you're gonna be coming back. Then it means, damn, you might get caught slipping, man. Because you might have been having the time of your life, popping all the little 5-year-old boys you wanted for a good 90 years, man. Then you were old and shit, you lying in bed, you say, yo, little Tay-Tay, yo, come suck it. And then you drop dead. Then you come back, and then you're just like, then you're Stephen Hawking, man, and you're wondering what the fuck's going on.
What happened?
Yeah, you're wondering what went wrong. So these are the things, that's why it's like, I'm like, look, man, you can believe whatever the fuck you want. But if the Bible's true, then you just got, well then, it's going to be incredibly unfortunate. There's some people are going to have really unfortunate events happen to them. And if you're one of them guys, then that's just too bad. And there has to be someone, you know, unfortunate events happen all the time. You go on the news, motherfuckers be getting hit by trains. You know, you hear about like a guy who was like, he's locked in a basement, couldn't leave for like the last 3 years. What the fuck? You see some kids go missing when they're 5. Then it's like, oh yeah, this guy had me locked up, shackled up into the house for like 19 years and shit. What the fuck? I'm like, yo, well, you better hope that won't happen to you. There's all kinds of terrible things that go on, man. There's kids in Syria, man, they did a strike, an allied strike on Syria. What was it, like today or yesterday? And they said, oh, 3 civilians died. Imagine that, you just gonna be born in Syria. And you're like, meh, and then your hospital blows up. Because allied strikes from Britain, France, and America just blew up your hospital, man. you know, collateral damage, because you gotta get them insurgents. Hey, that's, you know, shit things happen to all kinds of people. Like, but hey, if the Lord, you know, if God exists, then He decides who that happens to. So you want to do everything in your power to avoid getting fucking annihilated, man.
Yeah. So repent.
Yeah, repent. If you're on Edomite, then I don't know, man. Empty out your bank account, give it to me, and then fuck off.
That's a good deed done, man.
Yeah, straight. You know, you'll get one less lash in the
Same
kingdom.
thing.
Just one. The first one, I'll be like, okay, no, I'm gonna give you that one. You got 5 seconds. Enjoy it. Okay.
Recovery time.
God.
Psalm 68 and 20. He that is our power is the God of salvation, and unto the Most High Yahweh belong the issues from death.
Yeah, unto the Lord belongs the issues of death. So that means life and death, all judgments are basically in the hands of the Lord. And the thing is judgment is a big deal. Judgment is one of the main things. That's what people out here really want to deal with. It's like everyone kind of wants to just be like, that's why Esau goes by the doctrine of, what the fuck's this guy's name, man? Aleister Crowley, which is basically do as thou wilt. You can do whatever the hell you want. And then there's going to be no repercussions. But in the universe, the thing is that just don't fucking work. Because, you know, what's a good example of it? Fucking plastic, man. Plastic's a good example. Everyone did whatever the fuck they wanted, man. I remember you used to go to Tesco's that have them fat stacks of plastic bags. Then you just go in there for years, decades, centuries. No, not centuries. Fucking decades using them plastic bags. Now all of a sudden you got motherfucking whales just vomiting up mountains of plastic. Because all that shit's got to go somewhere. So that means every fucking action has a reaction. You can't just do whatever the hell you want, and then there's going to be no impact on the world around you, man. God damn. You know, you built. Okay, there's a city built on of pure concrete. Well then, what happened to all the animals that used to have habitats out here?
Yeah.
You know, you see them fucking goddamn seagulls.
Yeah.
Flying around the Thames. Like, what the hell are they even on?
Or foxes eating chips.
Yeah, fuck. Oh, God. Yeah, fucking fox eating goddamn fish and chips, man. I'm like, yeah, curry sauce.
Fuck this, man.
Chicken eating chicken.
Yeah. No, that's fucked. Yeah, that's something in this. That's why all these vegans are losing their mind. Splattering themselves with fake blood. Because they have actually got chickens, you know, the dead chickens, and they're murdering like, I don't know, it's like 6 million or something male chicks a year. Probably more, man.
Brother, can I ask you a question? So what's the point of what you're saying, man?
Basically, what we're doing is we're bringing out the word of God, which is basically saying that, you know, this current kingdom, this current rulership that you see on planet Earth is going to come to an end real soon. And that afterwards, you know, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to rise up and take the kingdom afterwards.
Psalms 82 and 4. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, deliver the poor and needy. Because hey, what's going on now? You know, the poor and needy. That's been, you know, Edomites are now fucking poor and needy, man. Because they've cannibalized themselves.
How is that going to happen?
Well, basically, what you know, the guy who the world calls Jesus Christ, who's a so-called black man, he's going to come back to the earth by a spaceship. You know, what's called to the general public UFOs, and he's going to take over the world, man. That's more or less what's going to go down. If it's something you've seen like in Independence Day or I don't know, Skyline, there's a few like just basically it's going to be a hostile takeover by what would be perceived as alien forces.
And you're saying me and you are brothers, which I know me and you are brothers,
Yeah.
So what are we got to do then? What's the whole point then?
Well, the main
Because
thing
at the end
is,
of the day you're here, and it's not a lot of our people passing around here, so I don't see how people walking up and down here. So
well,
who
that's,
talking?
you know, well, I see a lot of our people around here. But anyway, it's
Boy, I'm standing there, I ain't seen nobody yet.
Today.
but you know, okay. Let me. What we got to do is hold on to the Bible, man.
What you
Get
saying
Revelation
now?
2:25.
What you saying now, bro? If you go down Angel Town, you go down Brixton, you go down Arthur, you go down where them man they don't want to hear nothing.
Well, I'll say,
You've been there.
I'll say,
it's not just
we
about
already
them,
done did it, man.
Why is it not about
Not
them?
all our people.
Yeah, but
And
that's
all
what
our
I'm
people are just not black people.
saying. I know that, brother.
And a lot of our people are going to reject this knowledge.
So to hear a lot of people come through here. More
Well,
than
you
more
know what?
than
You even stopped by, so you know we're catching who
No,
we're
because
catching.
I passed by, but I was in a hurry. But I see how you lot kind of stayed out here. You look like you're trying to get something out. So I just want to hear what you were on about. Because I've heard about the 12 tribes before. I've heard about them sort of things before. But the way how I'm looking at it, I've done a little bit of studying it. So I'm not a guy who's going to come and say I know much. But what I'm seeing, a lot of you guys seem to fight against each other. Just like all the denominations
you
in
know,
the church,
if
right?
I'll say,
That's what I'm seeing.
I'll say the first thing is you just got to learn it because you're not really going to know what's going on just by seeing it. If you just see it, the thing is we're not fighting against each other.
Nah, man. I
What
wouldn't
you'll
agree, I
find
wouldn't
out
agree with that, man.
is like with the word is there's truth and there's lies, isn't it?
Yeah.
So certain things are just certain things are true, certain things are not. So if a guy is teaching, so it's like if you come in, the guy told you a lie,
Now, how are you going to
then
determine that?
how's it your bro through the scriptures? Let's start with the first one. Get Revelation 2:25.
This is the book.
Revelation chapter 2 verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
So what we've got already is is truth, which is the main thing. Understanding the Bible. Because this Bible, the main thing is this Bible for our people, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is how we're going to get our salvation as well.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
So basically, the reward we're doing this for is power over the nations, which is that ruling kingdom that we're after.
That's what we want.
It's great.
And then what we
There's
what
a
we've got
lot,
to
there's a
do
lot of
to-
misrule going on. So we need to rectify that. That's cool. Okay, what were you going to get?
This is Amos chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Yeah, so as far as if we're teaching, the thing is there's a few things we teach. The other guys, they're not going to teach. Because one of the big things is that, you could get a guy who looks like a straight up white guy. But according to the Bible, there's certain people like that, they're actually part of our nation. And a good example is if you were to lay down with a white woman and have a child, you'll come out lighter. But then it's like no matter what, if the father's an Israelite son, all the children that come from that.
Well, I understand what you're saying is that. So that I'm saying, I'm not an expert to be coming up against anything what none of you are saying. But I've done a little bit of study myself. And my understanding of what a lot of you guys are saying, so it's through the fatherly soul, the bloodline, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm understanding basics of that. But I still don't understand when at one point somebody switched me onto it. And I'm a guy, I'm always kind of looking for, trying to learn new things, you know what I'm saying? So I went down that road, I started studying all, so for me, I don't join up nothing. Because back in the days, it's the same thing with the Muslim, same thing with Dr. York, all them man, they jump into them things and it was madness. So when I saw that, I thought, yeah, this sounds interesting, a lot of things linked up. So now, starting to do it. So first, I take about 2 years and studying all of this, watching this guy, watching that camp, watching that. But I don't see nobody coming together with nothing. So the outcome of what we're saying.
So you're okay, well...
I'm at a point now, you know what it is? I'm at a point now where it seems like I'm falling away, but I can't fall away. But what you're saying,
Well, let me just, I'll straighten you up then.
Go on then, bro.
It's like, there's a simple misunderstanding.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. And it says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am come not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Yeah, so basically this thing's not about everyone coming together just as a group, because the thing is a lot of what, you know, these black groups, you know, these Afrocentric, black-centric groups put out is just everyone needs to come together. This isn't the thing about everyone coming together. This is about, hey, there's only a select group. You can get Romans, what, 11?
Yeah.
1? Because this is there's only a, you know, it's what is being taught. This is a point of contention. Because the thing is, if you know you go into the scriptures, basically the one who the world calls Jesus Christ, who call Yahushua, you know, when he was around, he was a point of contention. Not everyone came together. He had various brothers, and only some of his brothers actually came into the word. A lot of them didn't. So even amongst his family, those were guys who were born from the same vagina that he came from, and they didn't even fuck with him like that. So you know you got other. It's the same thing with just like other families where it's like, you know, you could tell relatives, and they might be like, no, I'm not really cool with that, and then other guys might be like, okay, I'm cool. So it's not a thing where we're getting catch-all. It's just, you know, who it is.
I think I might not be sounding, and I don't know how to word it. The whole point of this, if I'm going to go with my basic kind of understanding, is the laws, isn't it? Then it's the laws you've got to follow.
That's not the whole point. That's a point, isn't it?
I know, but for you to get to the point where even the Most High, they say, listen to you from what I'm gathering. So you lot study more. The law is the basic. So I can't see how one group can see something different. But when I read, when my small understanding of the law, I can't see any variation.
Someone get asked, just say the Italian
Yeah, but it's pretty straightforward. Some of the things I see the contention
Yeah,
with.
but there's not how it's been set up to do that. Just like when the law came on the scene was teaching, not everybody believed it. It should be straightforward, but it wasn't. It's the same thing now.
Acts 10, yeah?
It's as simple as
Acts 10,
Italian back.
Okay,
Acts 10,
let's pick
verse
someone.
1.
So Justin Bieber, yeah? You know Justin Bieber, that, you know, skinny little white boy. Now, would you count him as one of our people?
I'd have to know his bloodline and father.
Well, if you don't know that, would you count,
Romans
just from
8:16
what you've
as
seen,
well.
would you count him as one of our people?
I wouldn't before, but my understanding now is a little bit different in terms of genealogy. But before I probably would have said, nah, innit?
Yeah. So it's a thing where it's like, even though he looks like, you know, some scrawny white kid, but that's one of our people, man. So this is a point of contention, because some people don't want to accept it.
And he might never acknowledge that. He might not ever acknowledge that.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't change the fact.
Yeah, but doesn't it say it's by the father?
Yeah, but then, you know, just like I said, okay, so let's go back 3,000. Let's go back 300 years, yeah? So my great-great-granddad had sex with a white woman. Then my then down the line just kept having sex with white women. What's gonna happen? Eventually a Justin Bieber's gonna come out, right?
Yeah. So
But then because it goes through the father,
I get it.
he'll still be an Israelite. But then that's the thing where, and that's just facts according to the Bible. So then
And none of us have records going way
and no
back
one
that
has
far.
records. None of us have records. I ain't got no records, mate.
Just continue.
You know, and I'm royalty.
So it's not a case of just going through genealogies and stuff like that, because we can't actually go back up beyond like 300 years or so.
Yeah.
You know, beyond that, it's just a vast issue beyond that we don't have access to.
And even the thing is you go back to 70 AD, Jerusalem got conquered. So it's like all the records and the shit got lost. And there was even times before, because you go into like Ezra, and there was times like after the Babylonian captivity, a lot of guys lost their, like a lot of the Levites they'd lost their records. So they could prove it, even though, okay, they're from the line, they know all the observations. But then because they haven't got the records, they couldn't
Jeremiah 17 and 4, yeah.
So it's a thing where it's like, this is something that's happened throughout time over and over again. This is why, in the modern day, that's why it's a thing where it's like, okay, you look up your ancestry. People will look up and they'll dig up, like, okay, the family line. Because people don't really, it's not something that's of import now. Now it's just, you know, what everyone just pops out of the ground wherever they're born. But go on.
Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
Yeah, so the thing is what we're doing is we're perceiving through the Spirit. Because a guy like Justin Bieber, you know, you look at him, he's just like he's a little white worm. But then it's, you can see through the spirit the way he goes on, certain mannerisms, certain things he does and says. Then you can just see, okay, well, this guy could be a Jake. And then that's something that applies, and that's the thing is this is why there'll be a contention. Because there's guys that will say that no, there's no way in hell. Because the thing is that's a broad scope. That means you could have someone, I don't know, from any nation, man. From you could have a guy that's going out there like, I hate blacks, I hate niggas with all his passion, and that could be an Israelite. So it's like this is why it's a thing where it's like that, and that's a big point of contention. And